All right, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Keith White, and I'm a meteorologist with the National Weather Service. We'll wait another 20 or 30 seconds here, and then I'll get started. In the meantime, quick housekeeping. If there are any questions at any point through this presentation, please do enter those through the questions box as part of the GoToWebinar interface. All right, good afternoon. Welcome to our 2:30 p.m. decision support briefing for Monday's total solar eclipse. For those of you who may have been on this morning's call, not any really big changes with this briefing. For anyone else who is looking for updates for today, medium to high confidence in cloud cover and precipitation chances on Monday, especially for central and eastern portions of south central Texas. Severe weather risks are now in the forecast also from Monday afternoon through Tuesday afternoon, and we'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later in this presentation. A reminder, this briefing is being recorded. A copy of the slides and this recording will be emailed out shortly to everyone on our partners list. If anyone's on the call who's not on that list, you can also see the briefing afterwards on our website, weather.gov/San Antonio, under our news headlines at the top of the page. So just a quick recap of our briefing schedule. This is the second one for Saturday, the 6th. We do still have 3 briefings to go. 2 tomorrow, one at 10:30 in the morning, one at 2:30 in the afternoon, and then 9 a.m. on Eclipse Day for any final updates to the weather forecast. So the main points, we do have high confidence in the forecast for the rest of this weekend. A few stray weak showers, some drizzly kind of stuff mostly. Will continue for a few areas this afternoon, mainly near and east of I-35. And then a weak cold front kind of moves in late tonight into early tomorrow morning. A few additional stray showers will be possible with that. Slightly lower confidence, but still medium to high in the forecast for Monday. We do expect mostly cloudy skies with chances for showers and isolated thunderstorms in the afternoon hours. Still some uncertainty, though, in where and if some breaks in low clouds will occur. The best chances for that will be out along the Rio Grande, as well as some uncertainty in the thickness of the high cloud cover. More clarity will be coming tomorrow as we start to get into our high resolution model period. And then, of course, our highest confidence forecast will be that 9 a.m. Briefing on Monday morning. There is at least some potential for egress issues Tuesday and Tuesday nights with those additional chances for strong to severe thunderstorms. Again, at this time, low to medium confidence, especially in terms of timing, but with how many people are coming into the area, definitely something to keep an eye on. So this is a recent satellite image showing that, yes, we do have some cloud cover in the area. Humidity has returned as well. Those isolated showers continue. Pretty warm today, not quite as warm as yesterday for some areas with the cloud cover, but still looking to reach the low 90s out west along the Rio, upper 70s to mid 80s elsewhere. And then that cold front will move in late this evening from the north and push through the overnight hours. Again, a few stray light showers, mainly for the hill country, I-35 corridor and coastal plains as that front moves in tonight. You can see the location of that front recently this morning. That will be moving in from the northwest later on. This is the anticipated location of that front as of 8 a.m. Eastern time, so 7 a.m. Our time tomorrow. During the day tomorrow, that drier air kind of filters in behind that front. Should see low clouds scatter out and a lower humidity day for Sunday, high temperatures in the 80s. However, by Monday, that front is expected to lift right back north, and we'll see that drier air pushed out by Gulf moisture. Low cloud cover will definitely return to the region by the early morning hours of Monday. However, by eclipse peak in the early afternoon, there is some scattering out of that low cloud cover expected especially along the Rio Grande, some scattering elsewhere, as you head eastward towards the US 281 corridor. Could be a few patchy breaks in those low clouds over the eastern hill country as well. But most areas, in our eastern counties, especially in the coastal plains, likely to remain pretty socked in under low cloud cover. Some isolated morning showers are expected, but then as we head through the day, we could see an increase in showers and thunderstorms as that front lifts back to the north. Additional refinement in this forecast, though, is expected. Please do check back tomorrow and on Monday morning to get a better idea of the exact timing and locations for our area that may have that potential to see strong to severe thunderstorms. And again, we'll have some high resolution data to look at for tomorrow's forecast as we look at Monday as well. So we'll be able to put some more details on that forecast tomorrow and Monday. Relatively high confidence in the temperature forecast. We're looking at morning lows on Monday morning, in the upper 60s in the coastal plains, probably low to mid 60s along I-35, and then mid to upper 50s for most of the hill country. Warming up during the daytime. Most locations, by the mid to late afternoon hours, should reach the low to mid 80s, probably closer to 90 degrees down in Dimmitt County, and then a few spots in the hill country topping out likely in the upper 70s. Depending on the thickness and the amount of cloud cover, we do still anticipate a temporary drop in temperatures just after the totality, in the afternoon, probably in that 2 to 6 degree range. Thicker cloud cover likely would limit that temperature drop, but any areas, especially out near the Rio Grande, that may see, only some thinner high cirrus, they would probably see that higher end of that temperature drop during the and just after totality. In terms of precipitation chances, those will be highest east of I-35 into the coastal plains, but still going to see some chances on Monday for showers and storms, in the San Antonio area and most of the hill country. Really the only areas where we're pretty confident that there won't likely be a whole lot of activity during the day is out near the Rio Grande, where again, some of that low cloud cover may be able to scatter out by the early afternoon hours. And again, we will be able to better refine the timing and the potential for severe weather with these storms in future forecasts. In terms of rainfall amounts, most locations probably not seeing a lot, a couple tenths of an inch. Any stronger thunderstorms that are able to develop, again, with the highest chances for this during the daytime in the coastal plains, could see a quick inch with a stronger storm, but not a drought busting event by any means. Here's the current severe weather outlook valid for Monday and Monday night. Again, no severe weather would be expected, in the early morning hours of Monday, but could start to see some storms develop along the front by the midday hours. Pretty low confidence forecast at this time, but we do think that this may be a bit aggressive in terms of the potential, especially in our western areas, and it's possible, we could see this trimmed back a little bit in future forecasts for Monday. Those storms, the best chances will come after totality in the afternoon. Couldn't rule out some development in the early afternoon, just before totality. But the better chances will come in the later afternoon hours as people are probably, getting on the roads and heading back to their homes and whatnot. So something to be aware of. Large hail and lightning are the primary risks with this event on Monday. Definitely, focusing on that hail, especially after a couple locations just last week, saw some pretty significant 2-inch hail. This is our primary severe weather season, so we're keeping a close eye on that and adjusting our messaging for all of the visitors to get the word out as much as possible. Here's a quick look at the low cloud cover extent. There is high confidence in that low cloud cover building over most of south central Texas, and especially over the sort of the southeastern half of the path of totality. Some of that will definitely begin to scatter out by 1 p.m., especially along the Rio Grande, and there could be some patches of scattering out of that low cloud cover here in the hill country as well, but not entirely is our current expectation. In the coastal plains, that low cloud cover is pretty likely to stick around for those areas. The upper level pattern will be playing a strong role in that high cloud cover, bringing moisture off of the Pacific Ocean and into our region. Really, there's still some question as to exactly how thick that cloud cover will be in the upper levels of the atmosphere. Thinner will allow us a better view of the eclipse itself, through those thin clouds, but a very thick layer of high clouds would likely, obscure that pretty significantly, if not completely. It's it'll just be a matter of kind of luck as to who sees that high cloud cover thicken up at the wrong time. But we'll be updating that forecast as well tomorrow, and especially on Monday. No big change in that cloud cover forecast since our last briefing. Most likely the majority of our area is going to be under cloud. Out near the Rio Grande, this is going to be more of that high cloud cover, again with some question as to how thick it may be. The further east you go, the better chances that those low clouds are also sticking around that will definitely be obscuring any view of the eclipse. At worst case, if that high cloud cover is pretty thick and the low cloud cover takes its sweet time clearing out, much of the region could be pretty socked in and may not be able to see much of anything, unfortunately. We've shown this slide a few times. I did just add a new picture of maybe sort of what it could look like when you get those breaks in the clouds. This was just taken today here in New Braunfels, and most of you, if you've been outside, it's been a very cloudy day. But for one of our forecasters, there was a nice little break there. Something like this could allow a few folks to get some, decent eclipse viewability should that occur again on Monday afternoon. Of course, those thicker high cloud cover events, those probably won't allow us much view at all. And low cloud cover, again, very opaque, and we really won't be able to see much of anything in areas that remain in those low clouds. Looking ahead, the pattern remains active after those storms on Monday afternoon. There will be additional chances for strong to severe thunderstorms on Tuesday, again likely impacting folks who are trying to travel back out of our region. The upper level system to our west will be moving in and providing some lift in the atmosphere, and plenty of instability is expected. So shower and storm chances during the Tuesday and into Tuesday night period could bring strong to severe storms. Very low confidence on any timing for Tuesday, so we do highly recommend folks be checking back on the forecast over the coming days. And here's just a look at that severe weather outlook for Tuesday. On a 4-day out forecast, we don't do the 5-tier system, but anything that looks like it would be a level 2 out of 5 risk is shown on the map, and so that's drawn across pretty much everywhere in our region except for right along the Rio Grande. Also a low chance for excessive rainfall, a level 1 out of 4 risk, meaning there's about a 5% chance of rainfall leading to flash flood impacts within 25 miles of a point. Again, low confidence on the timing of this forecast, but increasing confidence in at least some potential for strong to severe storms on Tuesday. Large hail, again, the primary risk along with lightning. Could see some isolated pockets of heavy rainfall as well. Just a reminder, the example shown here is not current, but we do have a website you can check our hourly forecast at with this color-coded hourly display. The QR code will take you there. It'll show a map, and you click on your location and it will pull up all of the forecast information. Now that we're well within that window, we do have hourly forecast information all the way through the eclipse as well as through Tuesday with that next storm chance. I'll leave this slide up for just a couple of seconds for any folks that want to go to their location for that forecast via QR code. Here's locations out west, including Del Rio, Eagle Pass, Carrizo Springs, Bracketville, Uvalde, and Hondo. And then for our hill country locations, Rock Springs, Kerrville, Fredericksburg, Bandera, Johnson City, and Llano. And then lastly, our I-35 corridor, San Antonio, New Braunfels, San Marcos, Austin, Round Rock, and Georgetown. And if you missed the QR code, again, you can just go to the website shown here, weather.gov/forecast points. And then the default location is Duluth, Minnesota, but you click at your location and it will show you the interpolated forecast information for your location. If you're interested in satellite or radar data, you can access those on our website for radar.weather.gov at this QR code. For satellite information, I won't read that whole URL, but this is also a clickable link near the middle to bottom of our homepage, weather.gov/EWX, or at this QR code here. So a summary, some light showers this afternoon through early tomorrow morning. Mostly cloudy conditions for the eclipse on Monday. A chance of rain, 20% or less along the Rio Grande to 60 to 70% for locations near and east of I-35. Isolated to scattered coverage of storms, the better chances for that higher coverage probably over, areas east of US 281. Still some uncertainty in terms of where exactly the low clouds will break at eclipse time and how translucent and thick that high cloud cover will be. Continued refinement is expected for tomorrow. One final reminder, with the storms in the forecast, potential for some egress issues, as we head into Tuesday, and then confidence levels for that forecast high over the course of the next 24 hours, medium to high for that, during the eclipse period, and then pretty low for that Monday event. It's only slightly higher than Monday on the Tuesday event. So again, check back for forecast updates. Again, the next briefing, I forgot to delete this here. The next briefing will be at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow via this same GoToWebinar link. This information is time sensitive, so expect some changes by tomorrow's briefing. And again, the contact information on our website. We can be reached via phone. This is our public line. If you press 2 on the phone tree, it comes directly to us here in the operations area. And our email address is listed. And of course, we'll be posting updates as needed to our social media on Facebook and Twitter. With that, thank you all so much for joining me. I don't see any questions here just yet, but I will stick around for a minute or two for any folks that may have questions. Otherwise, thank you again for joining, and good luck. All right, not seeing anything, I'll be ending the webinar, but if anybody is still on trying to frantically type anything, go ahead and send us an email at the email address listed on the slide. Thank you.